presenting here at BAMMA 18 in Wolverhampton at the Civic Hall. We've got a crazy card for everyone here today. Georgiou, can you just walk us through some of the fights you're most looking forward to tonight?
I'm very much looking forward to the main card fight. After watching Tom at BAMMA 16 and that low blow he made, shall we say, I'm curious to see what he's going to bring tonight.
For most fans who don't know, Tom Duquesnoy, arguably one of the best featherweights in Europe, and he's going up against a tough opponent in Krzysztof Klaszczak, and I'm really looking forward to that fight. But Georgiou, for people who haven't been to a BAMMA event before, you know, you've been here a long time as a ring girl and now working in the presenting role, what can they expect from a BAMMA event?
BAMMA events are just something else. You can't really describe it without being here. It's the atmosphere. It's just when you walk in, when I used to do the ring girl, you'd walk in and feel the crowd, the shouting, the screaming. It's just when they go wild. And when I remember one of my most memorable BAMMAs was BAMMA 6 with Tom Watson versus Ninja, and that was insane. They had inflatable bananas, they were going mental, and I just love the atmosphere. I love the fact MMA is so, I mean, I like boxing, but I'm more of an MMA girl. I like a bit of rough, I like a bit of get on the floor, a bit of grappling, bit of stand-up. I think it mixes it up and keeps things interesting. You're always on the edge of your seat. Okay,
Musa, you're here at BAMMA 18. What, you got any special intentions while you're here today?
Yeah, I've just come down with Brendan. Me and Brendan and our coach Jimmy Harbison have come down. We've just come down to keep an eye on things. Obviously, Brendan's got his eyes on that world title, you know, so we're just there making sure, you know, we're getting the homework right, homework done. I've also come to keep an eye on Alexi and Hayden Critchfield. Hayden Critchfield's the last opponent that I fought, finished in first round, so I want to see how Alexi deals with him, see what we're up against.
Last question now, Kane. Main event, Tom Duquesnoy going up against Krzysztof Klaszczak. Who are you putting your money on tonight?
I'd like to say I think Tom can do the job. I think he's a good talent. You know, hopefully he does get the job done so that him and Brendan can get it on. And you know, I think that's a fight that's definitely going to have sparks all over it. But you know, Brendan not nailed all the ways, and if that does happen, get the job done.
So guys, who are you looking forward to seeing tonight?
Tom Aspinall.
Any specific reason?
Because I trained with him back in Manchester. So, he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt and he's an awesome fighter. I think it's his second professional fight, and you know, that's why I'm here.
So if you've trained with him, what would you say his main strengths are and his weaknesses? What are you expecting to see from him tonight?
You can expect anything from him really. He's absolutely awesome in all areas. So yeah, that's it. Can expect a knockout, or it might be submission, anything.
Have you been to a BAMMA event before, or is this your first time?
No, I've been to a few events. I went to the last one in Manchester, just was it December? That was a good event as well. My friend Martin Stapleton fought on that event and won first round. So yeah.
Would you ever see yourself fighting professionally?
Yeah, probably turning professional next year myself. I'm fighting amateur at the minute. So yeah, probably about another 12 months be turning professional, yeah.
Well, the best of luck with it, and I hope you enjoy tonight.
Brad Pickett, you're here at BAMMA 18, supporting your teammate, Nathaniel Wood. Can you tell us a bit about him?
Well, his nickname's the Prospect, and that's what he is. He's one hell of a prospect. He's like the new breed of the sport. You know, he's very fun to watch. A great training partner for myself. He's improving day in, day out. He has a great work ethic. So it's an honour to just corner him. You know, it was awesome.
We just saw you doing a bit of sparring with him there. The kind of fighter that Nathaniel is, do you think that we need a bit more of that in the UK? I mean, he's a very direct style fighter.
Yeah, he's aggressive. He's aggressive. He has very good technical stand-up and stuff. He's very textbook. You know, he does have a few different tricks up his sleeve so he's not completely predictable in that. But he's improving in all areas. Obviously, people see him as more of a striker, but he's got good ground. His wrestling's come on a ton in this past year, and like I say, he keeps improving every time he comes in the gym. He has that work ethic where he's in the gym day in, day out, you know.
I mean this in the most respectful way, but you're a veteran of the sport, and you know, training with young guys like Nathaniel, what does it mean to you, helping to bring up the new breed of talent?
It's a natural progression, you know. For me, I wouldn't class myself as a coach yet. I am coaching, I'd say, but I tend to coach more people in my weight class because they're my training partners. So I help out Nathaniel as much as I can. I want him to get better, and yeah, it's definitely a natural progression for me to go into coaching. It's just fun way I see some of my guys finishing people with things I've shown them. You know, it's weird. it's a really good honour. You know, when I see someone doing something I've showed them, you know, it's nothing better than that. You know.
We know you've fought in numerous weight classes over your career. His opponent today, you know, he had a bit of a mishap in weighing, coming over quite a lot. Is there anything in the back of, do you feel, as a fighter's mind when your opponent comes in a lot overweight and you're still going to fight him, where you go into the cage and think, you know what, maybe this could go a different way?
A little bit different, where if he was like shredded and he missed weight, I'd be a little bit more worried than I am where he's not. He's very loose. Obviously, he's not taking this fight seriously. He's not taking the sport seriously enough, you know. And someone like Nathaniel, when you fight him, is someone you have to take seriously. You know. So he's in a rude awakening if he takes Nathaniel lightly, which I think he has by just being lackadaisical and not making the weight class. And it's very unprofessional. It looks bad on the sport. It looks bad on BAMMA, you know. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't come into play tonight at all.
Do you think specifically when you're first breaking into the sport that being on weight and making sure that you're keeping in touch with all these points is important, because it can only, you know, hurt you in the future of the sport?
Well, I don't want to put it all on Mike Cutting. At the end of the day, his coaches have got just enough to blame. When he's like 5-6 weeks out from a fight, they should be checking his weight. What's your weight like? And being on him. You know, that's what part of a coach's job. My job is to mentor Nathaniel, make sure his weight cut is going well. I monitor his weight cut, make sure his diet, what we're weighing today, and that was done. He's professional. Came on the scales. It's not an easy weight cut for him. It's tough. He has to dedicate a lot of his life to it. So when someone doesn't do that, it's very disrespectful, I find, you know. And like I say, I'm not only just annoyed with Mike Cutting, I'm a bit annoyed with his coaches. It's their job and their responsibility to make sure. They had 2 fighters on this card, and both their fighters didn't make weight, so they've got to change something up there. They either got to go up a weight class, or their coaches got to be on them a bit better.
You think it's in the back of Nathaniel's head that he wants to go out there and just teach him a bit of a lesson? No,
he's professional. You know, he's going to go out there with the game plan and stick to that. You know, and he shouldn't veer off it one bit, you know, at all. So no.
Last question, Brad. The bantamweight division here in BAMMA is quite open. There's a lot of talent, but there's no title holders at the minute. Do you think that Nathaniel Wood could be challenging for that world title pretty soon?
I think definitely. You know, like I say, he's not called the prospect for no reason. I wouldn't want to rush him into anything crazy. You know, I want a steady progression. But I believe BAMMA is definitely the show that I can help him grow into a better fighter. You know.
Just quickly. In BAMMA, obviously the Lonsdale belts, it's a nice stepping stone. Do you think that's something that you can relatively reach for pretty soon in the future? Yes, well, that's what we'll be looking for. You know, I think BAMMA's a good home for him to grow as an athlete. It's a great show, the best show in Europe. And yeah, so once you become the BAMMA champion, it means something. You know, so I want him to become the BAMMA champion and hold on to that, and then, you know, see what comes after that. You know?
Who are you here to support tonight?
Krzysztof Kleczek. We are going to support Krzysztof Kleczek, the main fight of this evening.
So are you a fan of his, or do you know him personally?
Personally, that's right. I am. This is his brother, Matthew Kleczek, and he's the girlfriend of Krzysztof, Ania. So that's why we came here to cross our fingers for him.
What do you think of his opponent, Tom?
We don't know. We thought about him. We were talking about him. He's quite good. So, but Krzysztof, I suppose, is better. So, he's going to win this fight for 100%, I suppose.
At the previous BAMMA event, you just went in there and you absolutely demolished your opponent. When are we going to see you back?
Next BAMMA, hopefully, and then the one after that, and the one after that. I'm just going to get really active and just get out there.
I've got to ask you now. There's been a bit of an emphasis recently on. And BAMMA pushing the Lonsdale title a bit more. Is that something that you'd specifically like to aim for, or do you think that the world title is more in your reach?
You'll have to speak to BAMMA about that. I mean, I don't know what I'm allowed to release and what I'm not allowed to release, but we've had some good discussions with BAMMA, and there's some good things in the pipeline. So whenever they release it, we'll have a chat about it.
The kind of fighter you are, you like to go into fights, and you're a very, very aggressive styled fighter. Do you think that in BAMMA that maybe we don't have enough fighters who are willing to go out there and be aggressive and go and look for that knockout and look for that finish, and maybe too many decisions, or fighters who are just, you know, stand back a bit too much in fights?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's too much of this safe playing going on, people trying to win rounds and all that. I'm just trying to win the fight. I'm in here to have a fist fight. I'm here, you know what I mean? I just look at it like that. I'm just looking to go in there, beat you up. I'm not looking to intentionally hurt you or anything like that. I'm just looking to go in there and impose my will on you, and that's what I do. That's what I do in training. So Give me that title shot. Come on, everyone wants to see it. This guy's a young kid, I'm a young guy. No, we've both got the exact same record. Let's make it happen. BAMMA, come on.
So have you been to BAMMA events before?
No, this is the first one. I missed the last one in Birmingham, so I've been waiting over a year for them to come back.
Let's hope tonight impresses. I mean, the fight card is absolutely stacked. It should be a really good event. It's looking really good in there. Is there any other fighters that you're wanting to watch specifically?
I'm interested to see Chris Fields, how he comes back. And then the main event to see if the French kid can live up to the hype.
Yeah, Tom, he's the last time I watched Tom fight, he did a bit of a low blow, and there was a bit of, Grimshaw was, he was very sore, shall we say, from that low blow. But I think it will be a very interesting fight because they're both young, they're both going for it, they're both determined. Tom's got his belt, so I think that's going to be an awesome fight to watch tonight. Yeah, well, have a good night, and hopefully your man wins.
Tom, here at BAMMA 18, defending your featherweight world title later this evening against Krzysztof Klaszczak. A lot of people are calling him your biggest test today. You know, can you weigh in on that?
I'm happy to be here. Firstly, the English media is like my brother. So I don't know if it's my toughest fight, but I take all the opponents with the same respect, with the same difficult. So I'm just happy to be here, and I will apply the game plan as usual, so no problem for me.
You've been described as a great technician and a great grappler. Klaszczak he's a bit of a different opponent. He likes to come in, push the pace and go for those strikes. Do you think that maybe you're best suited taking him down in this fight?
I don't think so. I think he comes to make war, yeah, that's good, thank you. He comes to make me a war, and I'm ready about that. I think he will go on the ground, he will pressure me all the round, and I'm ready for that. So cannot wait to be in the cage.
You're the featherweight champion, arguably one of the best featherweights in Europe as well. Do you think that maybe he's coming in here, you know, it's his first BAMMA fight, he's got nothing to lose really against you, so he's going to put it all on the line. Do you know, is that good for you, or, you know, or necessarily bad, because he's going to be putting everything on the line there and nothing to lose, whereas you've got your world title out there?
I think he will be ready 200%. He comes there to make war, to have the title, but I have the title and I'm ready, so let's do it.
I've got to ask you now about Ashley Grimshaw. Your previous fight ended, you know, with the kick to the groin, obviously accidental. Do you want to fight Ashley again?
Shortcut or accidental grain, kick in the grain, I don't know. There is a lot of buzz on that, but if he beats 2 or 3 guys and he deserves to be for the next championship belt, I will take him, no problem.
Obviously, he's fighting Bertrand at BAMMA 19. Do you think he doesn't automatically deserve a title shot then?
I think he has to prove himself. I think he has to make two more fights before to take a new opportunity to fight with me.
This is your 4th fight now in BAMMA. You know, here in the UK, we've kind of adopted you as one of our own. We love you here. You know, what does it mean for you to come over to the UK and fight on BAMMA in front of all these adoring fans?
It's always a pleasure to come at BAMMA. As I said before, English media is like my brother, you know. So I'm happy to be there. Since the beginning of my career, British audience always be respectful with me, always be just so. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to share my power with them, and I'm there to prove myself that I am the featherweight champion. So let's do it.
Finally, do you have a message for Krzysztof Klaszczak? He's coming for your world title. What do you think about that?
I will respect him before, during, and after the match. I'm 25% Polish too, you know, and it's like to fight my cousin now. I tease him, but I'm happy. So I wish to make the best fight with him, and I think he's ready. I am, so let's do it.
Georgiou, tonight you're fighting Chris Fields in a middleweight title eliminator. You're making a debut here in BAMMA. Tell us what you're feeling right now.
C'est tes débuts au BAMMA, qu'est-ce que tu ressens?
C'est mes débuts, qu'est-ce que je ressens? Je suis excité d'y être, j'ai envie d'en découdre.
He's very excited about this event, and he cannot wait to fight tonight.
Chris Fields, he comes out of SBG, a gym at the minute that everybody's talking about. Do you feel any pressure added to you to beat him, knowing that he's coming from a gym that at the minute is arguably one of the best in MMA?
Il est pas mal coté, il est d'une des meilleures équipes en Angleterre. Ça te met de la pression, ça?
Non, du tout. Pas du tout, ça ne met pas la pression. Je sais qu'il vient d'une grosse team et tout, et je suis prêt pour affronter n'importe qui, donc c'est pas du tout un problème.
Not at all. It's not a problem for him because he's ready and he's ready to fight everybody.
You make this happen. So tell us, who are you most excited to see tonight, who you've put together?
The headline fight, obviously, man. Tom versus Klaszczak is going to be awesome. It's going to be really, really good. It's going to be a good test for Tom and stuff like that. And, yeah, they're both hungry. They're both young, they're both hungry and stuff like that. No matter what the result is, they've both got a future in the sport and stuff like that, and they've both got a future in BAMMA. So yeah, it'd be really, really good, really good. Also looking forward for Chris Fields as well, and Georgiou. That's going to be good, man. That's going to be another really good one. Mr. Fields, on his return to the middleweight division and stuff like that, taking a little bit of a hiatus out. So yeah, it'd be good to have him back.
Well guys, BAMMA 18 has just finished here at the Wolverhampton Civic Hall, and in our main event, Tom Duquesnoy successfully defending his featherweight world title against Krzysztof Klaszczak. It looked a bit rocky at first, but he came back in the third round with that TKO. What did you guys think of his victory?
Well, it was the first time I've seen anything like this, so I was a bit intrigued. And when I watched it, I actually realised how technical it actually is, rather than just, like guys punching each other. And you could see that he waited, bided his time, and then towards the end you could see he was the fitter guy, more technical, and he won. So it was a great fight.
It's mad to think he's 21 years old and he's just come into BAMMA and literally he's just owned every fight so far, and he's so quick, it's ridiculous. Like, I've never seen anything like it. So boys, this is your first time at MMA events. These two are off X on the beach, by the way, for all those viewers at home.
Well, that's been BAMMA 18 at the Wolverhampton Civic Hall. We'll see you next time in Blackpool for BAMMA 19.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you, boys.
Thank you very much.